Hey there. Today I'm going to talk about something that many of you might struggle with, and it is warming up your glutes and your hamstrings and maybe even your IT band properly before you go run. Sometimes we have issues with IT bands hurting, just different parts of our lower body because we aren't activating the right muscles. Now there's a difference between warming up and then there's a difference between turning your muscles on. And so that's kind of what we're going to be doing through this little routine here. We're going to go through some things. Now this comes after you're warm, so you'll do some sort of warm up, whether that's a jog for however long your duration that you need. But this is just sort of an activation series to kind of get your glutes and hamstrings and IT band and everything turned on. Okay, so once you are really warm, one of the things I suggest doing is sort of a lunge series. So I'm going to stand up and kind of take you through that. So to get our glutes turned on, this is not just moving through the motions. We're really trying to make sure you feel this posterior chain as we're going through. So what I do is have you do 5 forward lunges each side. So you're just going to go down. You can alternate 5 each side, okay? And when you're doing this, you're not just lunging. And if you feel it in the front of your thigh more than back here, then I need you to stop. And here's what we need to do. I need to make sure you flex that foot when you step out and that you feel it through your heel and that you're loading this posterior, so this back part of your leg, driving up. Make sure this is where you feel it. Okay, so we're going to alternate sides, but each time, notice where you're feeling it. Okay, so it's not here, it's back here. So 5 each side of the alternating lunges, 10 total. And then we're going to do 5 reverse. So same thing, 5 reverse lunges. You're going back. Same thing, you're going to feel it in this leg, and this butt cheek, and in this butt cheek. Drive up. So back, you can alternate if you want, but you want to make sure that where you feel it is back here, not here, okay? So we're going to do 5 each side of the forward lunges, 5 each side of the reverse lunges, and we're going to do a curtsy lunge. So it's just like our typical curtsy, like we would do when we were little people and we were told to be polite and greet folks. So you're going to get that right leg in front, get about, gosh, I don't know, maybe a foot, maybe a foot and a half of distance between your feet. You probably can't see that, but this is, you can mimic this pretty well. And then you're going to do 5 each side of this curtsy lunge. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. This knee is not going over this toe. Again, we're trying to feel right here, okay? So 5 each side of this lunge to get it into this glute and hamstring. So we want to feel it back here. So I'll show you on the other side. 5 each side of that. All right, so then what you're going to do is you're going to do some glute bridges. And so let me turn this down so you can see. We're going to lay on our backs. You're going to put one leg in the air, flex that foot, and we're going to drive straight up and slowly down. Drive straight up and slowly down. So you should be feeling it in this hamstring and glute, okay? So 5 each side of this glute bridge. All right, so say I did 5 on that side, now we're switching sides. Come up and drop down. Up, slow down. So here's where we're trying to feel it, okay? So we make sure that we're feeling that in our glute and hamstrings. And then one last thing to get us all good and stretched out before we start our run is 2 stretches for your IT bands, okay? The first one is the pigeon. Most people know pigeon. It's right here. So you're basically taking your right leg. It's parallel. That back leg is straight. And you go down and you hang out here for at least a minute, preferably 2 to 3 minutes each side. So you're going to sit here. I have pretty tight hips, so my butt is not very close to the ground. That's okay. Okay, so that's, you're going to do a pigeon on each side. The other stretch is also an IT band stretch. You're going to get in the top of a plank, and you're going to take your right leg, cross your body, and you're going to try to drop down onto those forearms. You should feel it all the way up this IT band, okay? So hang out here. If you can't go on your forearms, and this is where you go, then that's where I want you to stay. So you're going to do that on each side, okay? So go through this as a pre-run warm-up. Do it after you're warm, but before you take off, okay? It should get everything good and stretched out, good activation, and it should help you prep in case you're having some knee, IT band, other issues before you take off, okay? Thanks.